Okay, cool. Should be online, should be recording. Let me just check here. Just a second. Yeah, let's just try this out. There we go. Okay. Hey everyone, and welcome to the video here. I'm Brian Jacobsen, and I'm gonna record this video for you all to see how I prepare my own fast and also how you can possibly get curious of fasting, what it can do for you, but also how you can prepare your fast. And if you want to do it with me, I'm going to hold a fasting event in about 1 month's time, starting in May. But follow along here. I'll just sit and ramble, sit and talk, and you can see if something exciting comes up. This is how I do it for myself, and I just want to share the process because it's now possible to do so. What you can see on the screen up behind me here is, yeah, my fasting preparation for my next fast. I'm going to start out with a brainstorm. That's what we have here. Brainstorm, all that comes to mind with why I want to fast, what fasting is for me, all I know about fasting, and so on. And you can see that process. Of course, if you're interested in a edited, clear version and direct talk, there should be some links up or down, left or right that you can click. You can also see the one here uh, where we have this fasting group together, and I have my groups online also on Facebook, and I have my own app also. Okay, so first short, I have held above 10 to 12 fasting experiences already, group wise. I've done so, I don't even know how many times anymore. And yeah, I want to share, before I do the brainstorm, I want to share my first story here about my first fasting experience. So, rewind back to the year 2011. That's some time ago. I read a book by Dan Millman called The Peaceful Warrior. And The Peaceful Warrior is an awesome book. I can recommend it. Likely, I will put a link below if I remember or write me. And but that book is about Dan Millman, actually. And in it, he's a gymnast and he meets this guy who wants to train him. And one of the first things he tells him to do is fasting. And the fast in the book is 7 days, where he just tells him to, you don't eat, you don't watch any TV, you have no sex, and just water, sunshine, and air. And you should get used to having that experience for yourself and find out what that means to you. So I was reading that and I was like, if he can do that, and at the time I was eating everything. I never fasted before, never even, I was afraid of fasting. Yeah. Afraid of fasting, had the body build a mindset where you have to eat all the time, eat everything just to gain weight, just to improve the physique, train hard, and all that kind of stuff. So in that time, I was curious to make some changes in my life. I was reading this book and I was like, you know what? 7 days fasting, we can do that. Right. So I just started fasting the next day based on what I read in the book. I don't recommend to do it like that, but I did so. And at least I got going. And the first day went great. I felt good, drank a lot of water. I have some special prepared water here that I started now with my preparation. You'll hear more about that later in the video. But there I just drank water, pure water. And yeah, just stopped eating. And the first day was okay, as I remember. Let me just recall back. So the first day was okay. I felt, of course, the hunger pains from not eating, but my mindset was clear. We're going to do this 7 days. Yes. So first day went great. No problem. Just water. Uh, yeah. And then second day, what happened there for me was, and mind you, it's 7 days. So second day was more about a challenge. I felt bad in my body. It's not like more hunger, but I just felt bad. I felt hangovered. I felt horrible. And what I learned to now, we'll come into why that was actually the case, but I felt really bad. Third day, similar experience. And I had decided to train every day, long walks and so on. So I was still active. No heavy training, but just body weights. So third day, I started to feel a little bit better, more energy, more clarity, and the hunger pains was gone, so that was nice. And also in the book, he suggested that you can have a little bit of diluted tea. You can have parsley with a little bit of lemon diluted tea. So I started having that in the evenings, and that felt good. Now, on the third day, here's something fun that happened. As I was going to sleep, my sleep started to become very light. So I would sleep likely 3 hours as a maximum. So I would wake up in the night and just feeling awake, which was unusual for me. And this, after the third day, I woke up and I was just afraid. I was scared. I was like, am I going to survive this? Is this healthy? Am I ruining my body? What's going on? And I could feel a lot of things in my body which I never felt before. And I felt super thin also. And I already lost about 3 kilos here. And yeah, I'd stopped going to the toilet only for peeing at that time. So my body stopped that. That was also fun to start experiencing not going to the toilet. But I actually went up that night after the third day of fasting. I went up and I just walked, outside in the middle of the night to a beautiful place in Aalborg in Denmark, and just walking and just letting this mind fearful rambling going on, and not giving it too much attention as it was happening. So walking was helpful for me. Yeah, went back, continued my fasting, got some more rest. And on the fourth day, that means the day after this, I had loads of energy. I felt like completely new. Everything was clear, so my vision actually improved. Everything felt clear. Lots of energy, so I actually went that day and trained even harder than I've done before with body weights, though, which is basically a mistake. So yeah, it felt great with the exercises, but afterwards I could feel like I'd taken a toll on the body a little bit because I was not going to put more than water in afterwards, right? And yeah, started to really look forward for my tea in the evenings. And on the fifth day, I felt really thin and really started to have somewhat tiredness and aching in the body there. And then on the sixth day went okay. Really looking forward how to start my eating habits again. Started reading about how to start eating again. And in the book by Dan Millman there, he just had an orange. So that's kind of my ritual now to break my fast with an orange. Um, and yeah, I remember this orange very clear. Actually, I remember almost all my oranges from fasting. Um, they taste really good when you've been fasting for 5 to 6 days, and I ended my fast on the sixth day, uh, or 6.5 day. Can't remember exactly, but not seven completely. I remember that. So I broke my fast with the orange, and that felt good. Wasn't hungry at all after that. Before evening, where I started to have a little bit of salads, and exactly as he's written it in the book. And it's not a detailed book. This one is more so he just shared a bit of the experience and how he then continued with eating new ways. And that was my first experience with fasting. And the results from it was, first of all, I lost about 5 kilos. Of course, there was a lot of waste in my intestines. I lost a lot of water as well. So likely I've only lost about two kilos or so. But I felt stronger afterwards. I had what do you call it? Grass allergies. I had hay fever, and that was gone. That was completely gone. I had acne problems back then from eating a lot. That was gone. And I remember very clearly that I didn't want it any Coca-Cola anymore. My sugar intake fell down a lot. Didn't like it anymore. Everything tasted synthetic suddenly. So salads was the best way to go after that. I do also remember that Millman was recommended to eat a little bit of yogurt. So I did have some Greek yogurt, and that went great on the second day. On the third day, I felt like, okay, that went great, cool. And so I had a little bit more and a little bit of more, and that didn't go that well. So back to the toilet with a little bit of diarrhea there. Anyways, that mistake I actually made two times during my fasting times. The same again the next. Anyways, what happened here is just my experience, and I'm sharing it with you because I did it just unprepared, just jumped into it, and I had a lot of fears and a lot of questions of how to do this in a better way afterwards. And I started to investigate that, study that, and try it out on my own, what works. And it's different for everyone, I figured. So yeah, just wanted to share that experience with you. You can just jump into it if you're having that heart. You felt like that's the way for you. Just jump into it and try out fasting. See what it does for you. It felt great for this body here. Allergies gone. Yeah. I even had also cold allergies. They were not that present at the time, but I did have it, and that were gone. The grass allergy gone. My vision improved, teeth improved. Yeah, overall, just feeling great. My sensitivity, though, for foods and what foods I combined and such, that increased a lot, by the way. And you can do different things when you break your fast. So really, just want to share that fasting is easy. Breaking the fast and how to rebuild the gut biome and everything there, that's the difficult part, really, for me. So yeah, just wanted to share that story there back in 2011. And I've done over 10, 12 fasting afterwards. Uh, Everyone is not as long. Sometimes it's just one day, but I've done a lot of 3 days and even 7 days fasting afterwards and had group fasting as well because the benefits are amazing. And I wanted to share that with all of you. So if you're interested in fasting, you're welcome to write me. Should be a link for my Facebook profile or an email or so. And yeah, just wanted to share. Okay, so that was my story there. Can I? Mhm. Don't know how to put that line there. Hmm. Yeah, and I decided to make the video like this, just without any cuts, without any interruptions or anything, just one go. There's all this AI these days, and I wanted to give you an authentic experience of a human being sitting here talking of what he's done and his experience with it, and maybe you will benefit from that. So okay. So with all my experience now, let's do some brainstorming. Mhm. Okay, so brainstorm. All that comes to mind for my fast this time. Definitely it's to clean my intestines. It's uh, to wipe out parasites. So I've learned a lot about parasites and how they can grow and create imbalances. It's to rebuild my um, immune immune system and also for my skin. For my skin, um, B vitamins, simple foods afterward. Uh, yeah, lower intake of caffeine, switch to natural energy. Um, Now I'm just gonna brainstorm some of the things I'm gonna do for the preparation here. So I'm sitting with it here, this drink, which is a drink of preparation, drinking. Can I do like that? Yeah. So that's apple cider vinegar, if you want it like that, vinegar. There we go. There's some lemon in it, some salts, some magnesium. What more? I have some stevia in it also. Yeah, tastes great. Actually, it tastes really good and it feels really good in my body. And oh, reasons for why I am doing the fast. Why? Oh, we get to that one. Okay. Um, Anyways, I'm gonna write it here. Dry skin on my scalp. I had a very stressful time the last 3 or 4 months. Not because I was stressed, but just how to handle that situation that I put myself in, which I've chosen, I know. But I wanted to learn to handle such situations, and it was a challenge for me, for sure it was. So there was some stress related outburst on the body, dry scalp, dry skin in face, mm, some tongue, what do you call that? Tongue miscol, no, geographical tongue. You can look that up if you're interested in that, what that is. And my ligaments feels a bit strained. Oh, also cold hands and feet. Yes, that one. Um, that's about it. What more of a preparation? Oh, I have started neem and turmeric balls in the morning, including ginger and cinnamon. Hmm. Uh, Parasite cleans, I also have chosen to have garlic day. And also I clean out my gut with a castor oil before and after. So that's a mild, not a mild, it's a very strong laxative. So, so when you have a spoonful of that, please do organic, of course, organic always. Uh, for sure, you'll go to the toilet within 3 hours, within likely in 2 hours. And castor oil, I have to say, you have to be careful if you're pregnant or something because you can actually start the pregnancy, the delivery before time. And you can do that, and it's used often for that. So that reminder is important. But what castor oil does is it just cleanses out the intestines and the walls and everything. And of course, I'll have to rebuild that afterwards. I wrote down simple foods, but also as preparation. So simple foods in preparation. So I have, oh, you can follow along here. Let's see, simple foods. Mornings, I'm gonna have walnuts. So 2 handful nuts, which will consist of walnuts some days, other days, almonds. And I put them in water beforehand. There we go. Um, bum, bum. What more do we have? Simple foods. This is the morning. We have banana. Yeah. And we have chocolate, chocolate dark. We have, hmm, honey. I'm eating a lot of honey. So all this is also beneficial for the gut. And oh, so in the age of 40 something, this body here starts to like, and they're called sunflower seeds and also pumpkin seeds, sunflower and pumpkin seeds. I read about that and it helps with testosterone. It also helps with um, some of the hormones. There's a lot of good, what do you call these? Minerals that support some of the hormones and how that functions in the body, which are beneficial when the body starts to have some age to it. Hmm. And for everyone who wants to join the fast and check out how that is for you and want to do it guided, we're going to make similar ones, preparation, and you can follow along with this. I'm going to share a bit along the weeks here before I have the actual fast in May. So you can join me on Facebook And you can hear more about these videos, or you can, of course, subscribe here on YouTube. And then simple foods and preparation. Evenings are for salads, vegetables, lentils, eggs, and such. No meat. Boom. And I like it like that. It's not for everyone. Okay, what more for my preparation? Deep breathings. Yeah, deep breathing sessions. There will be self-massage and get massage. Um, hot cold showers and baths. Moderate to intense exercises. We have and stretching, so long, deep stretches and deep meditations on my on uh, emotions and vision. Okay. I think that's about it. Can share a little bit. This helps killing and remove unwanted parasites. Good for the blood also. Cleans this blood. Garlic kills parasites. There we go. And the simple foods, there also have seed bread. That's seed plus nutty breads. Yeah. Okay. So what is the real of my to that one? For that, I'm going to show you here. You'll see this chart here at first. So the activity in the body during fasting, well, you can see my whole human growth hormone. This is that one here. I can show it here. That one. That one increases as I start my fast. Within 12 to 18 hours, it will go up. So even intermittent fasting, you have that benefit there. And on the 18th hour, autophagy and cell renewal and this kind of cleaning starts, right? It begins. It's not at its peak yet, but it starts and it begins to happen in the body. So that means when you have cell renewal and cleaning, of course, the age will start to lower. I will look younger. More clean skin. You'll notice it when you do this. Within a day with fasting, you'll notice your skin gets a little bit more tight. You might even have more clear vision if you have something with your vision. And yes. But here's the important part. I want to have stem cell activation. That means stem cells being activated in the body happens after about a day. My body is very has a good flexible metabolism. So it's quickly turning itself into a supportive environment for the fast. So stem cell activation happens quite effortlessly there. It might take 2 days for you if you have never done it before. And with my story before, you heard it was more on the second and third day that it started happening, and it feels really different when that happens. But that means inflammation, as you can see here, inflammation in the body will go down, right? And I'm not a guy who eats completely clean, so I do have and enjoy sugar sometimes. I borrow here and there. Not every day. I do this 80-20 about. So 80 is very clean. That's 4 or 5 days in a row. Then I'll have a little bit maybe in the weekends. This is not exact how I do it, but just to give you an idea. Mm. But yes, after a day's time, so this is the purpose, of course, to have lower the inflammation overall in the body, so the body can start healing itself, right? With the skin, with my blood vessels, with inflammation. If there's that, the lymph system needs to be massaged. That's why I have massages. So getting the lymph drained, right? So cleansing everything out and giving the body some time to just rejuvenate, cleansing itself. And I know from the experience of all the times that I'm not losing any muscle mass by doing it so, right? And my intended fast is uh, 3 days on water and some tea, and then likely shift to use bone broth. So let's write that down here. So my intended fast is 3 days on water and tea, 2 days on bone broth or similar. Yeah. Okay. Back again. So I'm doing it for heart health as well, right? Aging, the heart is working all the time, so it will have some time to relax, easy going. And of course, the brain, I love to be awake, clear, alert, right? Fresh. If I have an idea, I can take action. So it helps with that. hmm It increases the BDNF, which are some changes in the neurons in the brain, and you can even grow new neurons if you'd like. Okay, so after about 2 days, stem cell and autophagy starts to peak, right? 2 or 3 days, it starts to peak. And it will continue in high afterwards, so you can do longer if that's desirable for you. But stem cells will peak. That means I will also feel better. I had um, an ankle uh, accident, motorcycle accident back in 2004, which of course I still feel a little bit because the foot was snapped off and set back on. And stem cells, when I peak them, it helps to rejuvenate the tissues down there, the bones, and it also helps with the teeth, eyes. You'll feel a difference in your whole body. The risk of cancer goes down, great. So the body will, and it will use some of these cancerous cells as well. And my mitochondria goes up. That means my stamina improves, my breath improves, and my ability to absorb the oxygen fuel for my muscles. And then after 3 days, this is where I experienced also with my first couple of long-term fasting experiences that the immune system makes this shift, right? So if you're one who actually still have problems with allergies and you're told you can never change or you have to take medication, we are several people who've done the fast together, and our allergies, for some, it doesn't go completely away after the 3 days, but it's on a low. They maybe have a little bit of runny nose 1 or 2 days during the highest peak of the gray of the grass, right? And the second time they do the fast, it completely removes this allergy. Uh, it also says over here kidney healing and liver healing. I'm not so much familiar with that, but of course I'm flushing my kidneys, but I'm still having electrolytes. Oh, that's also in here, electrolytes. I'm still having salt. So everything is just cleansing itself. The liver have time to cleanse itself. And it does so all the time, but I'm giving it an environment by not eating, which accelerates that healing. So that's pretty much the purpose. And of course, I want to see the effect of it on my scalp skin. And also, I've had a little bit of what do you call these? Psoriasis alike. It looks a little bit like psoriasis flakes here. And so I just want to catch it as soon as possible. Hmm. And now I'm saying it. And I think it's because I increased um, my intake of carbohydrates. It might be the balance of carbohydrates has increased during the past year here. And of course, the stress and everything can also have caused a little bit of miss. Um, I'm looking down at my stomach right now. Miss absorption, right? So cortisol and all these hormones does not increase absorption. It increases ability to use resources. So pretty much that's my purpose. That is to improve immune system, cleans intestines, cleans for parasites. They are starved, and with the castor oil, I'm cleansing them out with neem, which is my preparation here. With neem, I'm making it impossible for them to reproduce, right? Neem stops the parasite's egg cycle. so they won't get that many more. And then with neem and garlic, wipe them out. Yes. Okay, and why fasting? Why not just something else? Well, my experience with fasting is it's easy, it's affordable, and it works. It's quite simple. I like it. It's an interesting time. Also, I'll have extra time for training my mindset for the new. Hey, I just moved. I got to a new place, lovely partner, and also some of what she has with her, and we're doing great, thanks. But there's a lot of new habits here. There's a lot of new rhythms. So mindset for the new rhythms. Yes. So how and what for the fast? Well, it will be 3 weeks preparation with neem and turmeric daily in the morning, nettle tea and dandelion tea. This is really great, especially if you have the problems with allergies and such, but they're also very nutritious. There's some iron in it, and it helps out cleansing as well. So nettle tea plus dandelion tea. And let's see. Is my audio is good. Honey daily, then simple daily foods. Yeah, there we go. So that's my how. And then I'll have my, let's just pull it up here. Hope you still can see this. I'll have my 5 days group fast with everyone joining. If you want, uh, plus 3 day fasting group for those of you. And there'll be one free introduction for the fasting experience as well, where you can join, you can talk with me, we can share and ask questions, and you can share your why and if it will help with your exact situation. So that's pretty much how I want to do it. That will be in May uh, fast. The exact date, I'm not going to show my calendar here. The exact date, I'll take that later on, but maybe even the 1st or 2nd of May. Okay. How and what? Deep tissue, just deep breathing workshop, and I will have some of these long meditations. So, and 3+ hours meditations on vision and breath and awareness. Awareness is just a silent, you just go completely empty and simply sit empty. And it trains the ability to allow mind to do whatever the mind does without my attention getting attached to it and not getting affected by it. Same with the body and such. Breath, it trains my attention to be with that creative force, and it helps to engage with vision. If you have ideas, if you have things you want to bring to life, you want to do with your spouse, your partner, your kids, yourself, the world, it helps to bring that energy focused into what it is you want to create. So that's pretty much the how and what. Okay. Huh, interesting to make this. Yes, have a few days where I uh, have a scoop of castor oil cleaning. Have one day alone with garlic. I'll continue with neem and turmeric afterwards. Daily intake of 2 liters of of water mixed with apple cider vinegar, magnesium, Himalaya salt, lemon. What more is in it? Stevia. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, electrolytes. Okay. So if you're still here, thank you very much for listening this far. There will be some articles as well written about this. If you're curious about learning more about fasting and you like to try it out, but you're not ready to go on your own, or if you are ready to go on your own anyways, join us anyways. Thursday is for free. Then we all gonna join together and we're gonna do a fast together. There'll be daily videos, daily um, guidance in how you can massage your body, what vitamins to take, what supplements to take along the ride. And for your specific situation, you'll get my guidance and wisdom of how to use that method that I produced here. Okay, very great. I'm Brian Jacobsen, and I love to share what it is that I do, especially things that works out. Created an app, MIRA app, where you can train your mindset to be more conscious in your creation. And I'll do some videos about that later on. There's probably already some on my channel. You can check them out. With that being said, thank you very much for watching here. I'll see if I can stop the share, have a full screen of me. There we go. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Try out fasting if you haven't done it yet. It can do wonders for you, especially if you're experiencing something with your body, pain in the ligaments, even lower back pain, it, skin conditions, allergies, brain fog. For some people, even with ADHD, it can be a starting point to gain more clarity, more focus for your life. And all of this, of course, is beneficial because we can bring more joy, more love, more peace to the people that we love, to the family we have, and everyone around us, right? So that's the benefit. They will love that too. But that being said, have a great day. I'll see you soon, perhaps. And yeah, have fun.